hopefully never ends in many, many aspects there. Welcome to this local update here, coming from this date here, which, of course, I can tell you right now, in actual fact, it is Wednesday the 2nd. Yes, that's 2nd of November 2022. I'm live from the Regal in Cambridge with a different sort of background setting out the way of most things at the moment. So, yeah, I'm here to talk about the transport situation as far as I am told with regarding the Haverhill 13 service. Now, of course, first of all, it is an hourly service that finishes around about 6 to 7 o'clock, okay? And just to let everyone know, without getting any confusion whatsoever, of course, very much listen carefully. It's an hourly service, which is a town service that will say the 131. Now, if it says 131, and it will go around the Clements, it will go around the old 13A, which will go towards the Sainsbury's area, come back from Sainsbury's, then up towards Arundel and back to the Haverhill bus station. A lot of reasons behind why, of course, Stagecoach might have done this kind of route. One for being, of course, the old pub called the Fox, which used to be a pub there on the corner at Ratting Road on the way to Burton Evans. That's if you don't know where Ratting Road is. So the other thing is that they might put a bus stop up the Fox, as it's called that, in that sort of area where the buses turn round the roundabout, right near the new state, which is actually going to be called, which in fact there is a sign showing this, if you look out for it, it's actually the Willsey estate. Now the confusion is that everything starts from the Fox, and the timetable shows us, we're talking about the online one, shows us that, of course, it stops at the Fox, and that's where a lot of confusion is evolving around that. And the online timetable is the best one to look at because the council have pretty much messed it up and confused everyone with different times. So this is according to one bus driver that has told me. I don't know if anybody regarding the bus drivers now are watching now, but of course that's just one of many bus drivers that have come up to me and actually told me, well, of course he told me earlier today. So yeah, he told me that of course, it'll be stopping at the Fox, and of course the online timetable is the best one to use at the moment. And of course, while we all get settled in with this new timetable, which started on the 31st of October 2022, and of course it officially started on the 1st as well, which was just a few days, well, one day ago. But yeah, like I say, do read the online bus timetable, and not the one at the Haverhill bus station. That's for those people, of course, in the area of Haverhill. Excuse me. But yeah, like I say, do check up all the online bus timetables on the website for more information, because they'll probably have a better idea than the actual council timetables. Okay? Better still, contact the company if you want to know the true answer and see what they say, hoping that they give you a true answer. And of course, yes, a lot of people have been stating that, of course, there's been full buses. Now, drivers are now telling me, according to what they are saying, that, of course, they don't give them enough time coming from Cambridge to Haverhill, so that is why they are unable to get to Millfields Way if you live in that sort of area. But yeah, that's another thing altogether. They are messing up the timetables to confuse a lot of people. But of course, yeah, do contact the company. I'm sure they've had a lot of emails flooding in about this timetable, and I'm sure they're going to give you one day or another a straight answer. Well, I would say good luck on that, because it just really frustrates me. Um, I don't like getting in arguments with bus drivers, and I won't do that. And I apologise to any bus drivers recently that I have disappointed. If there's any bus drivers that are watching this right now, I did pass the message on to one of the bus drivers that I knew, because I do know a few of them. I don't know every one of them, because they are coming from Cambridge as well. So, of course, bear in mind, if they are late in traffic, coming from Cambridge to Haverhill, which is the main route that they're currently using at the moment, just bear in mind that, of course, the reason for being delayed by 15 minutes is because they don't give them enough time from the Cambridge to Haverhill. So, of course, that is what the bus drivers are telling us. Well, just one of them so far. I think they all probably agree. But going to Haverhill, they got more time. So, of course, that is the scenario on that. So I just want to keep you bang up to date with that as well, because I would actually like to do a transport show. So, of course, if you'd like us to do something like this in the future, where I just talk about transport, it might not be just about buses. It could be trains as well, even boats. Although, of course, I don't really go on a boat as much as I used to. The only one I know of is the one that leaves Dover, and if you miss that one, you've got to wait another hour, haven't you? So yeah, the one that goes to France I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just completely madness, all this. I'll have a coffee at the end of all this. But if anyone rather wants to donate to the channel at any time, feel free to get in touch and come and say hello to us. And if you do want to donate to us and help support the channel so that we can make these videos and broadcasts viable to you, a bit like Netflix. When you go on Netflix, you don't have a choice. You have a choice whether to buy Netflix or whatever it is. Netflix, some people just buy on a monthly charge. We don't charge monthly fees. We ask if anyone wants to sponsor us for a monthly fee. If you're an artist or something like that, feel free to let us know. You can do that by GoFundMe or PayPal link, whichever you prefer, or in person. But yeah, let's not talk too much about that. So going back to the Haverhill link, of course, it is slightly different. The 131 is a town service. I remind everyone and repeat it probably so many times, so it actually sinks into people's minds right now. It is an hourly service from the Haverhill bus station. If you've not been to Haverhill, check it out for yourself and try the route yourself. It might be advisable to do so. So it will probably run for every hour up to about 6 o'clock. And apparently, of course, it goes up to Millfields Way, which is the road that takes you up to Shetland as the Isles Road, and then up to Chalkstone Way, back down to the Haverhill bus station. Then it goes in an endless loop. But yeah, the hourly service is the 131, and that will take you up. I remind again for anyone watching in now, up to Clements, the old 13A, which goes eventually up to the other side of the Sainsbury's, then turns around at Sainsbury's, probably round a roundabout, and then goes up towards Arundine, the old 13. Whether that would be, of course, feasible kind of system in place, we don't know. We're told by drivers that January is going to be the change, okay? I want people to remember this. If you are watching on replay, what they are telling us now, that, of course, the changes that are going to be changing again after the new timetable has been used to by a lot of people and passengers and the members of the public, then, of course, once you get used to one thing, you hear about another change. It just never ends, does it? Like the show here that we have on the channel here. We don't get into political, but I've travelled here in good terms here. It's not going to be just about buses that I want to talk about regarding transport. So if you have any questions, what you think, or feedback actually, or what you think about the local services being changed recently, because not only the Haverhill 13 has been changed, but of course the X11 has been axed, from Bury St Edmunds to Cambridge, and it's only apparently stopping on I would say, it's stopping at Newmarket, and of course starting at Cambridge, which Stevenson's are now sort of taking over that sort of route, but you have to pick up a number 16 if you wanted to go from Bury St Edmunds to Newmarket, and the number 12, of course, will take you up to Ely after Newmarket. So, of course, it is a shame that, of course, it's no longer by Stagecoach, but will they ever bring it back? I don't know. But apparently Stevenson's have got it for 6 months. That's what we hear, ringing around all the bus drivers. So, yeah, it is one of those situations where, of course, we've just got to get by it and, not panic too much, because I've just been told by a friend of mine not to learn to panic too much. Well, of course, we can panic and moan, whatever, but of course it's got to be something that's going to resolve the situation. Everyone's all panicking at this moment in time with cost of living crisis, and a local vicar from Haverhill has actually told me about that, regarding, of course, Reach in Haverhill, which are helping with, of course, the cost of living in Haverhill area. But without going into another direction of what this show's about, I'm just basically telling you, of course, he's given me his verdict on the cost of living. So, yeah, we're all sort of going through that situation at the moment. So any penny you give to us will be a great substantial help to create more videos like this in the future. And by the way, just very quickly, talking about transport, we'll be heading off to somewhere in East Anglia. Yes, in East Anglia. And we'll tell you more details and probably plan it a little bit more. It possibly may well be alive. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes for the first time, because I've done lots of videos at this location. And there's many videos on that note, and of course do check the East Anglia videos out if you want to do that, talking about transport, because we do transport a lot of times on our Touring With Us channel, so it is quite relevant to the local update, or the latest update if you like, and regarding transport. So if you have any suggestions of where we could go for Touring With Us, talking about transport, do let us know, and we'd like to hear from you. And of course, if there's a suitable place that we can go, or maybe, of course, you could help us with a night stay somewhere to check it out for you. And of course, in that favour, we would present you with a video of the actual location. So, of course, it will encourage you to maybe stay the night there with your loved one, or just a friend, or a flatmate, or just anything like that, or besties, or whatever. I still think you can still stay the night with besties. For example, if you have a friend that is possibly a female bestie friend of yours, I think that's still okay, and there's nothing against all that. So, yeah, anyway, let's talk about something else for a second. If you have any suggestions of the type of show that you would like, maybe a public transport show, maybe come up with a suggestion of a few names, then we'll pick them out the hat. And if we pick it out the hat, just one winner, will be winning that one. Perhaps you'll get a free mug for it. I don't know, but of course, for anyone that donates, by the way, will actually perhaps get entered within a draw. We should start doing that for each person that donates. So we need more people donating. That is the thing about that, so that we can cover our costs going on trains, extra travel that we have to do, and to keep our energy flowing, because it's very difficult in this day and age to keep going, and of course we have to rely on the weather and all that kind of thing when you're travelling in particular. The only other thing I just want to mention briefly about the Haver 13, it does do a sort of small X, which of course the X13s are no longer going direct from Cambridge to Haver at the moment, but a lot of drivers are saying that it will not return. Some drivers say it might do in the future, so some are saying different things. I'm not going to mention any names, I'm not allowed to here on this channel. I want to say a big thumbs up to all of them. They are fantastic drivers, and I don't mean to shame any of them right now. I would just want to put that message across to all of them, wherever you're watching on the systems that you're watching and whatever groups you're watching. I just want to say I hope you all stay in the jobs that you are doing, but my advice is, if you don't like the job, you can actually try and look elsewhere, but you might not have any choice. But yeah, like I say, if you like your job, stay at your job. If you don't, just walk out and just find something else to do. But like I say, that's what I would do. I would actually like doing what I like doing for touring with us. I just like presenting. I like being behind the camera, being confident, well, up to a point, and travelling, which is mainly what I love doing. Although, of course, travel does actually tire you out. How many people here watching now do actually get tired? There's probably not many people out there that actually don't get tired whilst travelling, because at the end of the day, you travel back to your destination and you're really desperate to go to sleep. Depending on what time of the day it is. If it's at night, it's worse. I do hope I can get back up to Millfields Way, somewhere near where I live. But yeah, I do hope and pray that, because I've got to go back to Sturmer Haver that way. But like I say, yeah, I do hope that I can get back there tonight, depending on what the driver is, and if they are going up that sort of way after the Fox. It's always after the Fox. And once people get used to that fact there, I don't know. It's just that, of course, we've just got to get used to it. And once you get used to it, another change happens. And it goes in an endless loop. And we just get fed up about it, don't we? So if you have any suggestions of what to do about public transport, because there's actually opinion views, events that are very interesting to go to. I would personally like to do one of those and say my opinion across, just give my thoughts. It'd be good for touring with us to meet some people regarding that and to do it for the channel, if that's what you would like us to do. So, yeah, do let us know your feedback. We'd like to hear from you. Very, very excited to hear from you on that. Come and say hello, by the way. It's all gone shy. I know there's people watching out there, some mystery people watching as well. We don't know how many, but, of course, it's a mystery YouTube. Sometimes you get people watching that we don't know about, and across the whole entire nation as well. Could be from America, and you haven't yet travelled to, Haverhill, because there's another Haverhill in America called Haverhill, Massachusetts, but we are Haverhill, UK, that we are talking about now. But I am actually in Cambridge. That's where I'm born and bred. So yeah, I sort of actually just born, not bred. But I suppose you could call it born and bred. I don't know, but of course it's where the old hospital used to be, which is now the Rosie on the other side. So, yeah, the other thing that you need to know, and students need to know about this very quickly, as I'm on the subject of transport, we're talking about something else though, it does sort of concern the Haverhill 13, right? Okay, listen very carefully. that, of course, starting from Adam Brooks, it will go straight through to the Drummer Street. That's what we've been told, and that is what they have been doing so far. Not directly from, of course, Adam Brooks to Drummer Street without stopping in between. And they won't go up the train station anymore, so you'll have to pick up the bus on numerous stops that they have, like Hills Road, opposite of Leisure Centre, places like that, and Botanic Gardens, and the old sort of version of the Sunday service, where it's not going to go up the train station. I can see why they've done that for that purpose, because you don't want to ruin the bus really. But there's other buses that actually go there. You can change at Hills Road and go directly to the train station from there before the bridge. So if you're not sure, look at Google Map. It does help you with all the bus stops, where they're stopping and all that kind of thing. You've got the app online as well of Stagecoach, and there's another one as well which you need to know about. A bus driver did actually tell me about this before. It's I think it's just bus users, and of course it's basically online, bustimes.org I think it's called. So do check that out, and it tells you what kind of bus route is available, like Burton Evans 15 and 14, various ones across the East Anglia route. And also they will tell you about the Stagecoach ones as well, and it tell you the type of bus it is, and whether it's got Wi-Fi or whether it's actually, a bus that is a double-decker. Doesn't tell you how many people are on it, like the Stagecoach app will do. It will tell you a bit more, like this bus is busy and this bus is less busy. But it's not helpful for the old age pensioners who haven't got the apps. That's the only disappointment on that level. So yeah, that's the 13 that will go directly past the train station from the Adam Brooks. And bear in mind as well, a lot of students probably don't know this, but of course they have upped the price, like cost of living has gone up, especially where I've travelled to today. I don't know if you can see that, but of course I can tell you that free refills have now gone up to £1.35, 10p increase from the £1.25. So it's gone up 10p. Everywhere, every spoons at the moment, and breakfast served from 8 a.m. till 11:30. Still got that 11:30 curfew for me, which I find very disgusting, because you have to rush to get to your bus to get to breakfast. I don't know why they knocked the time down from 12 o'clock. I don't really know what the reason behind that is. If anyone can tell me in the comments, please let me know. I'd like to know if anyone works from Weatherspoons that can tell me that reason. I'd like to know as well. But yeah, there's lots of things I'd like to know about spoons that I find very frustrating, but we'll leave that for another day. But yeah, there's lots of different sort of meals on the menu now. I'll talk about that at a later stage. Perhaps I could do a spoons show on that, if you'd like us to do that for spoons only. But I'll have to come up with spoons kind of information for you. But all I can say is the menu has now been updated, especially at the Regal, and I'm told that the Dravot Smock and Havel has also changed their menu, and I presume everybody listening now has also changed their menu. But like I say, I think it's one of those systems about the cost of living prices that has been raising thoughts throughout people's minds, and yes, for the purpose of probably cost of living, I don't know what the reason behind it is, but of course on the Havel 13 going towards Drummer Street, stopping at all the stops, it is £2.80, okay? £2.80. But if you get on a number 1, number 2, or any city bus, that could be number 3 and number 7 and number 1 and 3s, I just said, I think, and any of those city buses, they are currently at the rate of £1. So if you get on a Haverhill, bus from Haverhill to Cambridge on the 13, they have upped the price to £2.80. Something to be aware of when you are travelling to Cambridge. Get on the next one or wait for the next one to get to Drummer Street or wherever you need to go in Cambridge. So if you liked what you have seen on this video today, I thought I'd do a half an hour video, or live if you like, because I am live here from the Regal in Cambridge. I have travelled here, by the way, on a 13, and of course it is half of 13 when you come back going towards Sainsbury's in Haverhill. If you don't know Haverhill, there is a Sainsbury's on the outskirts of Haverhill in Suffolk, and that's where the bus will go past the flying shuttle and go straight like an X13 used to do. Okay, a lot of people are screaming out, wanting and missing the X13. I personally do. Because we miss all the fast route buses going back into Haverhill. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's glass has been smashed. Mine will be smashed in a minute if I don't get my coffee. I'll have my coffee in just a minute. I love my coffee like I like my shows. Every day I post my videos. That's a good one, isn't it? That's a gimmick that I'll probably never use ever again, but there you go. Apparently I'm by the name of different sort of stage names, Nicolini Orange, and you've also got, of course, who else? You've got Giuliano Plum, who done the Nice and Relaxing show. Perhaps we could do a Nice and Relaxing shirt for that particular show. And if anybody's, interested in requesting a song for Julian, as long as it's something that he can play, if it's something that he can play, then of course, by all means, he will fulfill your request. And it is a free request. A lot of channels actually travel out and about, talking about travel. And of course, this guy called Richard McVeigh, who is all the way from the Hampshire area, I believe it's in that sort of area, Chichester and Salisbury. He's got a virtual organ set up in his own room, and he often plays at different services as well, cathedral services. And of course, he does a Sunday show. I thought I'd give that a bit of a promo. And starts at 8 p.m. and finishes around about 10:30. Does a lot longer hours than Giuliano does, I have to say. But people donate to him and, pay for a request of a song. Now, I don't know what your opinion is on that, but of course, we don't do that here. I just want to make that absolutely clear. When Julian does his show, it is free to let us know your request. So we want to make it different, okay? So going back to the transport, hopefully it is tickety-boo and, of course, running smoothly at the moment. So download the Stagecoach app if you're coming to Cambridge or Haverhill. Make sure, of course, you check out the apps, make sure they are running. If they are not on the radar, if you like, of the Stagecoach app, then one bus driver told me, I'm not mentioning names again, told me that sometimes the machine of the bus does not work and transmit to the actual app. And sometimes they are just, out of drivers. So it's either way of the coin. Okay? And of course, if they're not showing up, that is the reason why that is. That's what we are told. We're only going for what the drivers have told us. I haven't had any information from Stagecoach, although I haven't emailed them recently, and it's made it a lot harder now. Matthew Hancock, the MP, has been sacked due to him going on "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here." But anyway, we'll leave it on that note. thank you so much for watching. This has been a half an hour show. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen here. I have been Nick here, as in Nicolini Orange. You might as well just call me that. I'm just going to have the rest of my cup of drink. Wherever you may be, have yourself a truly wonderful time. And hello to anyone watching on any groups, Haverhill and local news. My own groups, which is We Love Haverhill, We Love East Anglia, and obviously anyone that sees us on touring with us, and the People's Group as well. And we've got on the Truth Social, which is a new social media that probably not many people have heard about, but it's probably only available on iPhone and Android. Well, you can access it on Android. Truth Social is another sort of social media network, which is a new base one in America. And, of course, Social TV, which is another one that we've got on our YouTube channel, is actually on Truth Social. Right. Here is the end of the story, and we're now going to turn the page now and join us next time. And Bill Taylor says safe travels. Thank you very much indeed. I had a feeling, a gut feeling, that you were tuning in, and thank you very much for your comment. And so that everyone knows that this is not the new microphone. This is my one that I use, and the one that Julian uses is thanks to all the donators that have donated to us recently. Thank you so much. It means such a lot to us, and of course, especially in this current day and age that we're going through a lot of cost of living crisis. I do think, of course, if we travel to Haverhill, I think that if anybody is to travel to Haverhill, to get over there and, of course, maybe suggest a sort of, I don't know, a fair share food bank, which is similar to Reach in Haverhill, but I think there should be more that needs to be done. Okay, a bit like the Edge Cafe. If you travel down there, you've got to get onto the number 2 to get down there. And I find it fascinating because it gets always busy down there. And you can go one way from the Adam Brooks and go right away through the back way or go through the city centre. Either way, you'll get to the Edge Cafe, where I've done a lot of volunteering there. So, yeah, hopefully I might return there again. But, of course, they have a fair share, which basically enables people to go in there, and they've got a fridge, a community fridge, which basically allows people to go in there at a certain time and take free food, which, of course, is distributed by the likes of Tesco's and Waitrose, who distribute food to these cafes whilst people are having a cup of tea at the same time. And they can take the food away at certain times, and it's just about on the balance of the sell-by date. Of course, you know, it's just about in its sell-by date, you know, before it sort of passes its sell-by date. And I've taken food from there because I've actually, you know, done some work there. And, of course, you know, I've got to get used to the times of the bus so that I'm able to do that in the future. But at the moment, with lots of changes going on, I don't think that's possible. And plus, with touring with us, it's eaten my time up, really, to be fair. But I do miss a lot at the Edge Cafe in Cambridge. So do come and check the Edge Cafe. Travel over there, either if you've got a car or bus, get yourself over there, and maybe play some music there as well if you are into music as well, because, you know, cafes do have music there, like the Relevant Record Cafe, which is another cafe to check out in the area of Mill Road if you travel down in that area. Yes, I've got to relate it to travel, and I. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. We're going to turn the page now. Remember, it is the show, hopefully, that never ends. We all know where that comes from, and it's not just us. Catch you all later, and hopefully you lot stay safe. Thumbs up to you all. Let's have some thumbs up towards the end of the stream, and even if I go off air now, hit that thumbs up now. And yes, hopefully this stream will be available publicly very soon. And Goodbye to those on all the groups, Havel and Local News, and various other places that you are able to see me, even including Twitter now. We are on Twitter as well, so yeah, you might spot us there as well. Thank you very much. God bless you all and stay safe, and much love to you.